wasn't just about lifestyle, though. It was about making Central Kentucky a world-class incubator for life science research and healthcare, a hub for global trade, and a magnet for business. Louisville's vision built on the strength of the UPS Air Hub. Collaboratively, the Chamber of Commerce, Greater Louisville, Inc., the Mayor's Office, and the Governor have worked tirelessly to attract companies to the state. In fact, the president of UPS Airlines, Bob Leakheis, is the current chairman for GLI. So it's not by accident that companies like Toyota, located in Kentucky, or that Zappos and Best Buy located their national distribution centers to take advantage of our end-of-runway services. Worldport has helped attract to the Louisville metro area more than 100 businesses with an estimated annual payroll of $230 million. And it's not by accident that UPS is the largest employer. We now have more than 20,000 employees here. At every turn, we've benefited from the state's strong leadership. One of my favorite examples is Metro College. As many of you probably know, many of our Air Hub jobs are in the middle of the night, and for a time we were having a hard time recruiting hourly workers. In 1998, city and state officials and local education administrators collaborated to create a virtual university called Metro College. The program requires employees to work in the UPS Next Day Air operation between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. in exchange for a tuition-free education at the University of Louisville and Jefferson Community Technical College. UPS pays half of the tuition at the end of each semester. Metro College covers the other half. Housing has been made available near the hub, and there are even classes conducted on-site at UPS to accommodate the night shift. Recruiting for this program has been done across the state. As a result of this education option, UPS has been able to secure a steady workforce. Since 1999, more than 30,000 students have participated in Metro College, and UPS has paid out more than $47 million in tuition costs. Metro College's success can be attributed to the innovative thinking and collaborative spirit of Kentucky's leaders. Louisville's leaders got it right when they coined the phrase, Possibility City. Company leaders, too, have to set a clear vision. Each of you have to decide the path of your enterprise and stick with it. It takes creative, yes, innovative thinking to go into the future without mile markers. So to give you a few compass points, think of finding vision in 4 ways. You can steal it, build it, tweak it, or buy it. Some of you may have the vision of building the best product in your industry. Others may aim for breakthrough growth. And some of you may want to simply run a sustainable and successful business right here in your community. Fortunately, there's never been a time when there were more resources for guidance. Today, the ideas and knowledge of the world are at your fingertips. Inspiration is literally a click away. This is where the steal it idea comes in. I don't literally mean steal it, at least from a legal perspective. So if there's anyone out there from law enforcement, you can put away the handcuffs. What I mean is that inspirational stories, business models, and motivational ideas are waiting for you on the web. Never before in history have entrepreneurs had so much access to information. And to me, information is opportunity. I am struck by the vast resources that are available, including the Kentucky Entrepreneurial Coaches Institute, the Kentucky Life Science and Innovation Center, and the 6 innovation and commercialization centers that are spread across the state. Virtually every university in the state has an incubator or a reference center or a list of classes that can help. There are even startup slams where the state sponsors one day how to get started sessions for new businesses. That reminds me of one of my favorite Southern sayings, which is fixing to get started, which really means haven't done anything yet. But these startup slams have certainly the opposite of that. These are vital local resources that provide support, ideas, and tools that can help your enterprise grow. Suddenly, small companies are able to compete against much larger competitors, not just here in Kentucky, but around the world. Which leads me to one of my favorite subjects, international trade. This should be part of the strategy for any ambitious company. This is where the build it category comes from. It's not just about attracting foreign investment here. It's also about taking Kentucky businesses abroad. I'm a big proponent of expanding into global markets. The reason is opportunity. Every year, 70 million people in developing economies worldwide achieve middle-class standing. All these business people and consumers need U.S. goods and services. Yet, despite the opportunity, very few small businesses are selling abroad. We conducted a survey that indicates 2/3 of smaller firms don't engage at all in any cross-border trade. What's the problem? In a word, it's fear. Companies contemplating going offshore may not know what the laws are, where the banks are, and whether there's assurance that they'll be paid. The good news is today there's more government and private sector support for exports than there's ever been. And just like your state visionaries reached out for venture capitalists and federal government subsidies to support the community's growth, so should you. All you have to do is click. Need market information about your new product idea? You can use SurveyMonkey and poll 100 people in the UK. Need to know who your competitors are in France or Brazil? Send an email. And even if the reply is in Portuguese, you can translate it into English in seconds using Babelfish or Google Translator. And I'm not too proud to mention that you have one of the world's largest commercial gateways at the airport here, UPS's International Hub. On any given night, more than 220 UPS flights arrive and depart from the airport. With our 5.2 million sorting facility that handles more than 416,000 packages or envelopes an hour for destinations in more than 210 countries. To grow your business, you've got the global resources here, but your success is dependent on your ideas, your vision. One of the things that stalls people from articulating their vision is that it seems like a monumental task. How do you come up with the big idea? Something so breakthrough and different that it revolutionizes your industry. The answer might actually be to think small. This is one of the other approaches to vision, to tweak it. Let me give you an example of why innovation doesn't have to be revolutionary, but can be evolutionary. At UPS, we're big fans of incremental innovation. By that, I mean tweaking our operations over time. We're always striving to make ourselves better, smarter, cheaper, faster, easier, more profitable. One result of this process was the observation on the road that turning left meant longer waits, more engine idling, more lost time, more accidents. These engineers figured out that if drivers moved forward in right-hand loops, they would get places faster and safer. That idea was embedded into our routing software so that drivers were directed to avoid left-hand turns. This was one of thousands of operations that were incorporated into our software called package flow technology. What seems like a tiny change actually translates into millions of dollars. Since 2007, that technology has shaved 100 million miles off our routes, reduced fuel use by 10 million gallons, and carbon emissions by 100,000 metric tons. That's how little things, incremental change, can add up. So when you set your vision, don't just forecast the future. Look at today's world for opportunity. I recently discovered a startup called Newform in Sadieville, Kentucky, that looked at lemons, but they saw lemonade. Or more specifically, they take the ash generated from coal-fired power plants and transform it into ceramic materials. Every